Hey everyone, this is Bobby Warren playing with pizza.com. Today we're stepping away from pizza, but we're still going to be using dough. I'm making some steak and cheese roll-ups or strombolis, whatever you want to call it. So I have some uh, old Philly uh, shaved steak slices. You see that there's a lot of water. So I'm going to keep moving this thing around, and I'm going to leave it on medium heat for a while, medium low, just let that water cook off and absorb. When it's done, I'm going to hit some cheese on it, let that melt a little bit, stir it all together, and that's going to be the base of these steak and cheese roll-ups or strombolis. I don't know what to call them. So I'm using my pizza dough, my oxidant flour pizza dough, with one exception. This has a tablespoon of malted barley syrup in it. So I watched a Facebook reel and I saw him making these kind of roll up things. And again, I have no idea what it's called, but I liked it. And so I'm going to do that. I had some steak and cheese slices that I got at Restaurant Depot. And so I decided I was going to use that. So while I'm getting this dough out, uh, it went through like 2 hour bulk fermentation on the counter. Then it was in the fridge for 2 days. I balled them up and put them in the fridge for a couple days. So here I want to get a rectangle. And when I saw the Facebook reel, they had the dough was tapered. And you'll see that in a second. And if I do this again, I'm probably not going to taper it. So I'm trying to stretch out the dough, and then once it gets to uh, somewhat of a rectangular shape, then I grab my rolling pin and try to, just get the dough a little bit thinner. When I make pizzas, I don't like to use a rolling pin because I think it makes the dough tough. But it didn't do that with these steak and cheese roll-ups. So here I am just trying to use gravity to stretch the dough out a little bit more. I'm kind of happy with the shape here. So now I'm going to begin to cut it. And like I said, the Facebook reel was tapered, so that's what I try to do. And I wish I didn't. I wish it was just a little bit more rectangular. Okay, here we go. So now the steak and cheese I cooked earlier, and it cooled down a little bit. I'm just going to put probably a couple ounces in there, and I'm going to roll it up. And here's what they did in the Facebook reel. They cut slits in it, and this is going to give it like a different kind of texture. So make sure you seal the steak and cheese up, or whatever meat and cheese you're using, or vegetables and cheese, because you can do it with all that. I rolled it up, and then I had a little bit extra dough, so I'm going to cut that off. And when you're dealing with dough, save that dough because you can use it for something else. So here it is, the first one. It's looking pretty good. Now, I didn't do a great job cutting these, because you're going to see I got all different sizes. I'm going to end up with 5 of these things. So again, seal it up. Make sure that meat and cheese is sealed. I'm trying to stretch this out a little bit wider to get my slits in it. There we go. And I'm pulling it just a little bit because I want to get some space in between that dough. That one had a little bit extra dough. We're going to cut it off, save it. And what I'm going to do at the end, I'm just going to make not really pretzel nuggets, but in that vein. I'm just going to roll it up. See, this piece was really long, and so I'd cut it in 2. So I'm ended up with 5, and you'll see they're all different kind of sizes. Now here I'm just going to cut it up into 4 kind of nuggets, and now I'm hitting it with a little bit of nonstick spray to just kind of like cover it with oil, and it's going in a 500-degree oven. I'm going to cook it for a few minutes, probably around 4 minutes. Now I melted some butter. I'm going to hit it with butter. You can see the kind of the little bread pieces right there. And once I cover it with butter, I'm going to sprinkle on maybe some granulated garlic. And yep, hit it with some granulated garlic, and then also with sesame seeds. And that one is everything bagel seasonings. So they're going back in probably for about another 3 to 4 minutes. Get them to the desired doneness. And I'm going to hit it with butter one more time. You just can't have enough butter on these things. And so again, you can see those little bread, I call them bread nuggets. And I'm going to cool these off for a little bit. And as I'm taking them off, it's like, oh, wow, this is hot. I'm going to go grab some tongs. I'm going to, one more, but you know what? That is hot. There we go. There's the tongs. And again, you can see that they're just different sizes just because of the way I cut the dough. I used about 14 ounces of dough, cut it in 4 pieces. One was really long. And so there it is. Now it's time to taste.
All right, so I saw, like I said, I saw this on Facebook. I decided I would try it, and I don't know what they call it. I guess it's in the Stromboli family. So this is steak and cheese. So that's what the inside looks. Ooh, that is hot. That is hot. Guess who's gonna burn his face with this? That is very good. Excuse me. So the way I would determine if something's good, would I order this in a restaurant? I sure would. It is that good. I tried midway during the baking, I put a little butter on, and I tried to put some sesame seed on. That was probably a mistake. Sesame seed's not really adding anything to it, but that's all right. But the garlic butter did. So my grandma Abundant Dulles would say, "Manja, Bobby, manja." Ciao.